Good morning in the morning. Well, I wanted to record another episode because after that episode on toughness that we did last week, guess what happened? It was just a test. I wanted to find out if things changed after I decided to change my viewpoint. So, just a decision on give it my best, give it my all across every area of my life. And things by magic, quote unquote, start changing. So I have my highest ever on production on both areas of work. And not only that, I had a blast. And most importantly, I really helped significantly the people I have decided to serve in what I do. And beautiful, beautiful wins I had this week. Now the only thing I need to put in is my sports. As you know, early rise is something that it is important for the quality of my production and also the mindset of my day. And that I need to put in. That's the last piece, at least for now. And but I wanted to share with you because that point on toughness, if you can't with down, do 2. And if you can't with 2, do 3. It's funny because we think in this planet that the way to go when you cannot handle something is go short. And when you go short, you go lower and lower. And guess what, my friend? You end up shrinking in ability and shrinking in skill, in size. Take a look at how you feel when you couldn't tackle a project or a challenge. And you look how to do it, but you decided, no, you couldn't do it. How did you felt? How did it make you felt? You remember that? It's horrible. You feel like you're not worth it, that the thing is bigger than you are, that you're not big enough to handle that challenge. But now take a look when you had a challenge and you really, really wanted to solve it. Like really wanted to solve it, and you look everywhere for it. And guess what? You got it down. How did it make you feel? Like a giant, right? I'll give you an example of one time what happened. I've been training for this half Ironman, which is basically 3 sports in one. It's swimming, bicycling, and running. And I've been training for about 6 months or maybe a little less. So, swimming every 3 days, running almost every day, biking 5 days a week, etc. I've been at it really strongly. And one day I went to the track and I pulled one of my muscles. It was so horrible. I went to the swimming pool and I was almost drowning because that muscle started pulling in the middle and they had to almost pull me out. So it was 1 week before the race. And I was so depressed, guys. I'm in the bed and I remember, I was married then. And I remember telling my husband, push me out of the bed. I can't get out. I am so depressed, right? Please kick me out of the bed. I can't do this, So it's so funny because yesterday I did the same with my trainer. I do CrossFit and I wrote him and I say, I need your help. I need to get out of the bed and train, right? So whatever. I was really depressed. I'm like, I can't with this. Now, how am I going to fix my body in a week from this huge race? It's long, guys. Like a half Ironman is around a mile and a half swimming. It's a half a marathon for running, and biking must be around 75 miles or something like that. It's long. And I've been training and training and training. Your biggest race is a full Ironman, which is a double of that. So what I did is try to go to work during that last week, but guess what I did? I went to the swimming pool a little bit just to ease up the muscles, right? But the day of the race, it was early morning race, right? I had to wake up super early. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to do the swim because I knew I could swim. And I'm not going to do the rest. I'm going to bring my equipment just in case. But I'm just going to go and at least do something, right? So I don't feel such a loss. So I did the swim. And when I came out, I could walk. I wasn't limping. And I'm like, I guess the muscles warm up, right? But my intent was so strong. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to walk to my bike. Let's see how it goes. So I start the bike and it was hurting bad. And I start little by little. All of a sudden, guys, I guess my intention was bigger than the obstacle. All of a sudden, I was biking tough. What was my surprise was that I was passing all my friends. And I'm like, ooh, I can do this. So I keep on the race, even stronger than ever, knowing, we love challenges and we love competence, right? Against our own friends. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing this. So when I finished the bike, I was just praying that I could run. I came off the bike and I'm like, okay, I'm going to walk. I start walking and then I start trotting. And then I'm like, ooh, this feels good. And I'm running, guys. So I end up the race in a great place. But not only that, it is the fact that it was something that it had devastated me in my own little world, right? Because I've been at it for a long time. It is a game. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't fix, quote unquote, in my universe, the body. But I'm thinking, okay, let's just give it a shot. And nice surprise, I finished with a great placing. And that taught me a lesson that I later taught to another friend of mine. And that is that you can always do what you really put your mind on. We are so creative. We are so powerful as beings. Sometimes I really believe we don't know the power that we have until we're presented with the challenges. We rise above things. It's like the people that rise above when you feel a friend is dying and you can pull up a whole refrigerator. It's like, how do you pull a little person a whole weight like that? Or the people that are pulling rocks because the guy is under it. How do you do it? It's physically impossible, but you rise. And when you rise, you really, really develop the power that you have, which I believe, and it's my own belief, it's infinite. And so I'm sharing you this because there's nothing that you cannot do. I think the important thing is having the intent every day that you're going to create the best day ever. Why does it has to be the last day of your life? I remember doing an episode on the 5 main beliefs of a monk and how he lived, right? And one of the points was that he lived his life as if it was the last day of his life. So he gave it all. He gave it all in intent. He gave it all in fun. He gave it all in experience, in adventure. He really tasted the wine of life. And I just leave it to you. It is a viewpoint. It is a thing that we can all have. And I give you a little tip. Sometimes it's hard, when the environment is really baiting you with all kinds of bad news, or your family is going through a rough stuff. So you're receiving a lot of your environment, really not fun stuff. The first thing is try to cut those ties that you can. I'm not saying cut the ties with your family, but if the news are really not fun, stop hearing the news for a couple of days. And another key thing is do something you really like. Whatever it is. If you like taking a walk, if you like going out and, taking a ride, getting your motorcycle and ride to the mountain, or if you like running, or if you like, do something you really like. You can do it daily, so you keep your morale up, or you can do it weekly, but do not do it more than weekly. Less than weekly, because we need that food for the soul, that energy, that thing that really makes your heart sing. Try to do it more frequently. There's something called a change of environment that really, really works. I apply it every time I'm burnout. I apply a change of environment. What do I mean by that? I go out for a weekend, for a long weekend, and I work from there, but I get out of my environment, and then I come back And believe it or not, I come back with my batteries charged and with a different viewpoint. So there you have it, little tips of life. Have an outstanding day.